Hello, and welcome to another update video about XRP. Yeah, the XRP chart is still moving sort of overall sideways. Yeah, this is the 4-day time frame. Here on this chart, we're dealing with this sort of triangle pattern we discussed in previous videos. Just wanted to share again the 4-day chart to get everybody on the same page, explain the structure again, make sure everybody understands also like the long-term levels that are really important and the overall, yeah, I mean, the pattern we're moving in. I mean, essentially as Elliott wave analysts or traders, actually, we are pattern traders. We rely on patterns, but they are Elliott wave patterns, not like traditional, simple, like head and shoulders patterns. They always give us a roadmap, okay, and alternative scenarios, which is so helpful. So we have one scenario, which is the directly bullish scenario. In this scenario, we're dealing with a yellow wave count. A third wave topped in this count in 2018. The fourth wave is unfolding right now as an Elliott wave triangle. These triangles are typically 5-wave movements. All of the subwaves are corrective. And it is reasonable to interpret this move as an A wave, a B wave, a C wave. We are now in the D wave, and then we could get one more higher low in an E wave. And if we then break out above the $2.06 level, I mean, that is the breakout point to the upside anyway. So that's the breakout point. So any break above that level would indicate that we're heading up in a wave 5. Okay, because it is possible in this scenario to say maybe this was the D wave, maybe this was the E wave, but it doesn't have the right look in my view. I'd prefer another larger DE. I just want to say that's the reason for this support zone, because it was covering for multiple scenarios. As I say, usually the levels are more important than the wave count itself, because there are usually a few different options. I don't necessarily show them all on the chart, but the levels typically cover different set of scenarios, even if I don't necessarily call them all out on the chart, because it's all about that balance between making the chart understandable to giving you all the info you need. Obviously, we don't want to get, you know, information overkill here. This all needs to be still kind of simple to a degree. I know Elliott waves can be complex, but if you just focus on the levels, it is actually quite simple. It is actually quite simple, not necessarily easy from a psychological point of view, but it's simple, just adding in support regions. Now, the next step is then to determine if a setup is good quality or not. I can tell you that the XRP setup here wasn't necessarily great in terms of quality, because this was all based on corrective structures, but still the price did respect the support region, which was defined here between 37 cents and 52. It is still relevant. Yeah, we haven't really broken out yet. Yes, the price is trying to escape that orange support region here on the 4-day chart, but there is more is needed, especially a break above the 74-cent level next, these previous swing highs. And I mean, there is a bearish count as well, which is the white count, where we say the move down into the 2020 lows was an A wave. The triangle is actually the B wave, A, B, C, D, E, just a different way of counting it. And then we go down, and then from there we can recover. Important, I think, is just to recognize that in this scenario, we would just see much more sideways action over the next few months, maybe even years before we go down. And yeah, there is no way to say which one it is at the moment. There really isn't, which is why it's so important to just focus on the levels, because the levels tell us which one is unfolding. Now, at the moment, both counts rely on the same levels. So you could say it's difficult because you don't know which one it is, but then you could also say it's easy, which is my take, because both counts are moving the same direction. So in this scenario, for example, in the yellow D wave to the upside, we're looking for an ABC structure from that support region. In the white C wave, the same. So that doesn't mean it has to get there, but it means we have one key set of parameters to watch. The key support levels between 37 and 53 cents. So now I think it's time to take a look at the smaller time frame. Well, before that, actually, just quick info here. The A wave can be a 3-wave move or a 5-wave move. For me, it's still a 3-wave move, but it could be working on the 5th wave. Just want to mention that before we get onto the smaller time frame. If we see 5 waves, it is just more clearly bullish. Doesn't mean 3 waves it's bearish, but an A wave can be a 3-wave move. It just means if we see 5, it is just more clearly bullish. Then a B wave pullback and a C wave rally would be ideal. So now let's go to the smaller time frame. Before I forget, you can also, it's Thursday again, so tomorrow or Saturday, I'm gonna send out the next MCO Weekly, the newsletter. You can register for it. There is a link in the description. It's a free newsletter, but it involves or includes a lot of valuable info about different asset classes, mindset stuff. If you want to go to our website, you can do that and go to the resources section, click on the newsletter section, and then you can just register here and you'll get the newsletter. I would say probably late Friday if I can do it. I always prefer to send it out Friday, but it's just the time. So it's probably going to be Saturday, but I'm aiming for late Friday. And yeah, you know, there's chart analysis in there, all kinds of stuff. So check it out. So let's go to the smaller time frame here. This is this ABC structure that I mentioned. So either wave A is a 3-wave move as per the yellow count here, and then this is an ABC before we go higher. Or the A wave is working on a 5th wave now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely a messy, price action at the moment. We are still holding here the last swing low. And as long as we do that, I said, we can focus on the white count directly higher. But it is messy. It is messy, and it would be only an ending diagonal anyway. So I'd be on the side of caution here. It is still not bearish. I mean, even if we go down into the orange support region, it's not bearish. This just gives us the risk levels between 42.6 and 52.4 cents. So we're far away from those at the moment. Looking at this pattern as it is for the B wave, this is the support region. Now it's between 52.4 and 42.6 cents. Yeah, that's very important. That's the support region. And as long as we're holding it, focus can be on higher prices. But it would be more clearly bullish if the 5th wave could become a 5-wave move. How is that possible? You could say it already formed another high, didn't it? Where you could say that, but it's not in 5 waves. So it formed at best a wave 1, a wave 2. The wave 3 is still unfolding, then another 4, 5. So this would be a diagonal pattern. It's just, yeah, it's just a mess. So I see the yellow count as highly likely as well, where this is just an overshooting B wave. It reached the next fib target. So, you know, this, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's only 3 waves up from the 4th wave low. Therefore, I cannot call that a complete 5th wave. If it breaks down now, and the first indication below this red line would be an early breakdown signal at 59.3 cents, then we're likely moving down in wave C. So for which I will then add a target. Okay, this is at the moment only just support, but if we go down further, it might not even get there, given that the A wave and the C wave tend to have the same length. If the B is higher than A, so if the B is higher than the previous high, then the C wave might end a little higher. So don't necessarily expect it to test the orange support region. Price action here on this microstructure time frame is messy. I wouldn't necessarily focus on it, just focus on the levels. Yeah, this helps. Might form a small head and shoulders pattern here, so pay attention to it. And but overall, yeah, I mean, if we break below the red line, that's an early signal. A top has formed in wave B. It got rejected there at the next fib level, so the next target reached, you could say, next fib level reached, strong rejection. But below the red line, the next key support levels are around 58.3 cents, so just swing lows. That's the update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.